Every now and then, you have one of those weekends, the kind you wish you could bottle up forever. We packed up our little home on wheels, headed to Hartenbos, and somehow this camping trip gave us memories we'll be talking about for years. So come along with us. Let's make another memory together. There's just something special about arriving at a campsite. Before the caravan is even leveled, the bikes are out, shoes disappear, and the kids are already off exploring. Holiday mode officially begins. It was one of the hottest days we've camped in, so setting everything up definitely felt like a workout. But somehow, the excitement always makes you forget the heat. Once camp was ready, there was only one place we wanted to be, the beach. I don't know what it is about hearing the ocean for the first time after arriving somewhere, but it instantly slows everything down. And of course, our first stop involved ice cream. Yander couldn't wait to ride his bike along the beachfront while we stretched our legs before dinner. A little time in the sand, full little hearts, full little tummies, and before we knew it, the day was over. The next morning started with something we definitely didn't expect. Whales. Watching Leander see whales with his own eyes was one of the moments you can't really explain. You quietly hope it's something you'll remember forever. After that excitement, we made our way to the water park, and safe to say, this became the highlight of the trip for the kids. The best part, it was so peaceful. No long queues, no huge crowds, just lots of space to enjoy ourselves. Slide of the slide of the slide of the slide, and Isabella, well, I'm convinced she actually secretly believes she's a fish. Every single time she disappeared under the water, my heart skipped a beat, while she popped back up with the biggest smile on her face. It's amazing how children have absolutely no fear when they're having the time of their lives. Eventually, we needed a little break. Yes, more ice cream. You're probably starting to think we survive on ice cream. I promise we don't. Although the kids would happily vote for that lifestyle. After one last swim, it was time to head back to the camp. Leander had one request: pizza. And after burning that much energy, he definitely earned it. While Isabella enjoyed her afternoon nap, Dad prepared himself for one of parenting's biggest challenges: waking up a toddler who isn't quite ready. Let's just say she wasn't negotiating. Thankfully, toddlers forgive quickly. One trip back to the beach and suddenly life was perfect again. Mama wanted coffee, the kids wanted, well, you guessed it, ice cream. Cute little squills, the splashing, the shells collecting. Those are the moments that fill my heart the most. It would be funny to introduce Isabella to some seaweed. Let's just say she wasn't nearly as impressed as he was. Collecting shells has quietly become one of our little family traditions. Every trip we bring a few home and add them to a bowl we keep in our house. Every shell tells a story. Every shell reminds us of another adventure. Back at the camp, we slowed things down. Dinner, kids playing, bath time. Another beautiful day came to an end. The following morning, we welcomed the sunrise from the beach. I honestly don't think I'll ever get tired of a beach sunrise. Everything feels quieter, the air feels different, life somehow feels simpler. It reminds you to slow down, to just breathe, and to appreciate exactly where you are. These are the moments I hope our children remember one day. Not the expensive toys, not the busy schedules, but mornings like this, barefoot on the beach, collecting shells with people they love. Camping has a way of doing that. It pulls you away from the rush of everyday life. The phones matter a little less, time slows down, conversations last longer, the little things somehow become the big things again. And I think that's exactly why we keep coming back. Eventually, it was donut time. Well, almost. Mom forgot fresh donuts are really hot. A tiny parenting fail. After waiting a few minutes, everyone could finally enjoy them. Maybe a little too much, when Dad taught the kids to lick their fingers and dip them into the cinnamon sugar. Please don't follow us for parenting advice. One place we always find ourselves visiting is Elvis Brew. Their cappuccinos are honestly some of my favorites. And according to the kids, their ice cream deserves 5 stars. If you're ever in Hartenbos, it's definitely worth stopping by. Later that afternoon, we split into 2 adventures. Dad and Leander headed off to Pat Pat, while Isabella and I claimed the playground. Our own little daddy and son, mommy and daughter date. Eventually, we all met up again. Watching Dad patiently help Isabella play putt-putt was one of those simple little moments that probably meant more to me than he even realized. Of course, with kids, everything eventually turns into a race. So naturally, we raced all the way back to the camp. I still don't know who actually won. Our final morning always feels a little bittersweet. As always, coffee and rusks. It's become our little camping tradition. One last beach visit before packing up. The day before, we bought the kids tiny fishing nets. None of us really expected to catch anything. But somehow, they actually caught fish. The excitement on their faces were priceless. Don't worry, every single fish was safely released again. And then, something that none of us expected. Hidden between the rocks was an octopus. We stood there quietly, completely fascinated, before leaving it exactly where it belonged. What an incredible way to end our trip. Before long, the caravan was back, camp was packed away, and it was time to head home. Every single camping trip reminds me that happiness really isn't found in the biggest moments. It's found in the little ones. Morning coffee, tiny footprints in the sand, sticky ice cream hands, shells in little pockets, children laughing without a care in the world. That's what building a life worth remembering looks like. Thank you so much for joining another adventure with us. If you enjoy family, freedom, and adventure, we'd love to have you along for the journey. See you in the next adventure.